Aloha, beautiful golden galactic celestial ascending family on the planet. Bliss here. I'm just doing a little energy update with the downloads that are coming in. Lots of energy, lots of transformation, lots of choices being made at many, many levels of consciousness right miracle now. So I felt to tune in with the family for a quick little share. The message that was coming through today when I was at yoga was ground in and co-create and collaborate with people that you love. So this is really an energetic time of liberation from the ego for many, not for all. And so it's a great transformation, great transfiguration. These M-class flares that are coming in from the sun are bringing a kind of energy that allows us, those who are choosing, who have unified their polarities within, who are done with the chessboard 64 codon matrix game overdone. These energies that are coming in are energies that allow us to transcend the electromagnetics that perpetuate a polarized ego blueprint in our physical form. So this message from the guidance, because what's happening essentially is ego death. And for a lot of people on the planet, ego death is not happening because that aspect of the consciousness is still very identified with its personality self. So it's still in the game. For those on the ascending path who have chosen to transcend the 64 codons, who are taking the shortcut through the 35th gene, which is all about neutralizing our polarities back into the singularity through our superpower called coherence, we are now experiencing the energies from the sun in such a way that are facilitating our personal liberation from identification with the personality itself. So that requires some participation. And that participation occurs from a level of grounding in. It is essential right now to be grounded into the self. Last night we were sharing a transmission with the pod that supports We Bliss on all of these transmissions that come through. And one of the pod members said that she was beginning to realize that her physical body was here to support her higher self rather than the other way around. We tend to kind of give a hierarchical perception to our higher self as though it is superior to this part of ourselves. And so one of the members in the pod, Harmony Light Love, had this vision that her body is actually here to serve the pillar of light. And we would say the same. So the message coming through today about ground in. There's never been a more significant miracle to ground in, because there are aspects of the self called the ego which are kicking and screaming and will emanate messages within the mental field to say, I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. I don't know how to play this. I don't want to play this game. Maybe the ego is saying, I want to play this game. There's a lot of messages abound from the ego mechanism itself. So when we know how to ground in and recognize the liberation, it's like a cleansing, like a purification from the egoic mechanism itself. It requires stealth coherence, and it requires our capacity to not be way out there right now. It requires our due diligence to be here, to be really present right now. and to be present while all this transformation goes through our awareness. So when we have the capacity to know how to be stealth inside the self, to ground in while aspects of the self are going through alchemization. Ground in, create with others. We have been sharing this for years. Collaboration in pods, in groups, in teams is essential. And when it is collaboration for something better than what is currently in existence, that energy will begin to super source all who are involved. So that's really all we have to share today with this little energy update. There's a lot going on right now, and we've just felt to come online and offer a little support to say, just be here now. Just fully anchor into the self. Be still, be present, be coherent. One of the viewers who loves to watch these LoveStreams sent me a message this miracle day, and she said, can you do a short video on how to have brain coherence? So I will share this again. We share it all the time. We share it in pretty much every LoveStream. We've shared it for years. Feels like we share it every day. So if one doesn't know how to find coherence, that 0 point inside the self, that place of peace, we will explain very simply that there are two hemispheres of the brain, and when they work together well, then we experience peace within. So the best way to have the hemispheres of the brain come together, simplest way, cross the wrists, hummingbird, clasp the hands, while the tiny little hummingbird is flying right here. So cool. Clasp the hands with the wrists crossed. Cross the ankles. Close the eyes. And deep breathe until you experience a mental, emotional, or physical shift. And when you do, open your eyes, uncross your wrists and your ankles, and just hold your fingertips together with your eyes open. This hummingbird is like right here, so cool. Hold your fingertips together and just come back into the physical space. Hold the fingertips together until you feel like you're fully present. And just do that again and again and again. That causes brain coherence. Very, very simple. And you will notice a shift in yourself, and that's just like lifting a muscle at the gym. This is how we build brain coherence as well, by practicing that simple exercise, because it brings opposite hemispheres together by using opposite sides of the body. Right hemisphere controls the left side of the body, left hemisphere controls the right. When you do a crossover, it makes both hemispheres of the brain work together. And when both hemispheres of the brain come together and work as one brain, there's no longer polarized messages inside. There's no longer polarized energy being emanated out to the field. So now we experience coherence, we perceive coherence, and we create coherence. It's all about 0 point now. as the fictional fiction continues to dissolve, any aspect of the self that is over-identified with the ego starts to experience more chaos, starts to feel more unsettled within. Name of the game, the Hopi told us, before the end of the fourth world, it was for us to bring our polarities back together again. So, in these beautifully, wonderfully transformative energies, anchor in. Be part of something greater than ourselves. Gift our energy to something greater than ourselves. Step by meticulous step. Everything that is within us that has been drawing us forth through all these waves of transformation and transfiguration is now coming into form. So stay in the path and keep moving forward, step by meticulous step. It's happening. We love so much. And it's transcendent of a middleman, and it's transcendent of middle systems between us and our pure source. Now that's superabundance. We love so much. This love stream is inspiring. Please share it. That's called gifting. There's a whole bunch of links for other love streams and meditations that are super helpful to bring us into coherence and creative capacities. There is PayPal and Venmo. There is a GoFund. If this love stream is inspiring, please share it. That's called gifting. We love